baby, get your shit together. You're gonna be high without
I say we make R&B sex music. That's not a joke. That's real shit. Yeah.
What he said.
This is a very special moment right now, and you know, I'm very fortunate and very privileged to be a part of this incredible time.
All the time we still get labeled as a hip hop band, and it's funny too because we did an interview with the Now,
who know us.
And she was who know us really well, and she asked us like, you know, does, you know, you guys being black, does that ever come up, right? And we're like, you know, not as much as it used to back when we first started. But then right after that, we did more interviews where people were like, so you guys are, how do you guys feel about being a hip hop band? Like, you know, people who don't really know us at all.
Yeah. So they think we're the Roots, but I mean, he got the fro almost like Quest.
No, they need to.
I'm an MC, like, what's his name? It is what it is. You just gotta listen to the music.
Check.
Is this the last Rebels before?
Back in the day, me and him, we used to make them beats. We were on those beats like everybody else and their grandma. A bunch of different programs.
I still make beats.
Hey, that's fine. It just became like increasingly uncool, in my opinion, for that time because nobody was doing anything different. So he already played the drums like very well back then. So I was like, I'm gonna learn an instrument. We're gonna start a band, and we've started a band because nobody else is doing this right now. It's gonna be the coolest band of all time.
Back when it started, I was down. I was just down to make music. If you're a musician, you're down to make music, right? No matter what it was. But I wasn't cool with the idea of a rock band. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
Because a sheltered mind was like that. But that being said, I put him on that Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
I put him on that Purple Rain.
Yeah. And then even throughout my own research, you know, Jimmy, Prince, Lenny, Lil Richard, Chuck Berry, like these were the names that I started with. And then, you know, I eventually branched out and started getting into even harder stuff. Test Icicles, Death from Above 1979, even right down to Pink Floyd. We added Jem. Joe was the perfect fit. We added him. It was the perfect mesh.
The thing about me is like, I don't pretend to be the best guitar player. I learned enough guitar to write a song. And that's and that's it. I want to learn more. I should learn more, but like literally got to the level where, hey, this can be a solid song. Let's do it like this. and that's pretty much my whole concept.
These guys get at me all the time about my drumming. I was like, how do I make it simple enough that the song can live, but at the same time separate it as much as possible from everybody else to give it a new sound, right? He thought the same with the guitar, Joe thought the same with the bass, and Jem with the keys, etc. Like it takes that much time and pressure, really.
So it's our album release today, and
we are in the OOOH Baby Gimme Mores for some time now, and like it started, and we were playing those like for, pardon my French, those bullshit shows at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Two people, being black people in a rock band. We did the shows at the hip hop venue where nobody was feeling us except for that one guy in the sunglasses and the Young Money T-shirt. But he messed with us. That's it. We did that for years, and it came to a point where we did it enough. All those little people at each of those random shows start to get together, and they started to really like feel the Baby Gimme Mores. We got noticed by Afropunk, which is a huge community filled with love. Shout out to Matthew Morgan. And we got to play the Afropunk Festival 2009, right after we released like our first EP, and like from then on, right when we got scooped from that, it just let us know that, you know what, people, we might not be that bad at this, and it was just building from there, like consistently playing those shows, building the fan base, to the point where you know we'll sell at this venue. We know people will like this, and we know people will have fun. Now it's just about building that in other places as well.
These guys, a couple of months ago, you know what? It was unbelievable. They were an independent band. I know we got local supporters. We have a lot of people who love them. But thankfully, Budweiser intervened a little bit, and they said, let's bring these guys to the forefront. Let's get them into the commercial. Let's bring them to Made in America and let everybody see what they're all about.
One thing that I noticed in the Toronto community, I don't know how you feel about this, but I really feel this. I feel like nobody, or not nobody, but it was really hard to build a following until we brought back video footage of us playing in New York.
Take your gentle hands and let me go. Jezebel, you kill everything you know.
It's no offense, but I think a lot of times here in Toronto, right, and this is not to call out Toronto on any negative level, but I think there's so many talented musicians here that a lot of times it's like, well, you are talented, but are you serious? And a lot of people don't think you're serious until you make that move to do something big outside of the city. Generally, you know, if you make it in New York, you make it anywhere, that kind of cosign. So whether we went to New York or whether we went to LA, the fact that we brought video footage, I think that's when people were like, okay, these guys are serious. We'll start coming out. We'll start seeing what the big deal is, right? And then that's when I felt like the mosh pits started.
I'm gonna agree to disagree because like there are things about a city like Toronto where it's an amazing music scene. There are hundreds and hundreds of talented bands that should be blown up by now, right now.
Just based off of sound alone.
Just based off of sound alone. But you know what? It's a show me city. It's a city that you can be the best band in that venue, and you can be an amazing band, and people will be like, yeah, that was okay. That was a good show, I guess. Yeah. Because that's just the level of talent that is in this city. So I can't say that we went to New York and brought some footage back and people are like, okay, we're gonna start moshing. I think in the first few years, it took us really a while to really develop our sound to the point where people were like, I get this now. I get what I'm supposed to do because we had to overcome the hip hop press. We had to overcome like even like our own stuff. Like when we were developing our sound, we still had to overcome that. And then we had Jem and Joe, and then we had to overcome like that. We had more people to bring into the band and develop a sound even better. And now it's to the point where we can shake an ass or two. I mean, and that's it. and that's it. Still a show me city. It's still a city that like we can still be good and nobody would shake that ass to. When we developed our sound, that's when it happened, and it really took a few years to do that.
We have solid fans right now, like fans that are friends, but are so much fans of the music that like, let me know when the next show is. I'm there, right? And they're there. Like before, people used to just say that, and now, but once again, it takes time. So the time that we've put in, I'm really proud of us.